Welcome back to Two Douchey Guys.
Two.
For another beer review. Alright, this time, let me start out by saying, I told you we were going to go east. We went east. Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Vermont, all that out there. And man, I got skunked. And I want to give a shout out to Cary, Vermont. Hope everything's going well.
By skunked, he means the big ones out there.
The big ones, yeah. We did bring back some.
Hill Farmstead, the
Treehouse.
Alchemist, Treehouse, Trillium, all the big ones that are starting to make waves out there.
So, things just conspired against us the whole time. It was a hell of a trip. So, we did stop at Cary, Vermont. Fantastic liquor store there. And walked in and said, hey, I want some...
Vermont beer.
Yeah, basically. Basically.
See what's in the water.
No, I wanted some Alchemist, anything Alchemist. And they said, sorry, dude. Should have been here Monday. This was Wednesday. Apparently, Cary had a flood of a century or something like that. But anyway, Cary got flooded pretty badly. One of the owners, head brewers, whatever, from Alchemist is from Cary. And what they did was they took a beer that they never bottle. They bottled it. I don't know how many cases they ran, but they shipped them all to Cary.
Canned.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Canned. Shipped them all to Cary and sold out in like an hour. It was like 120 cases, I think.
Which, if you ever, obviously you're on YouTube if you're watching us, type in The Alchemist Brewery, and they have videos of like truck releases and stuff that they do for several different beers. I think Luscious and Focal Banger were two that I saw. You have driving snowstorms, and there's an hour-long line to pick up beer from a truck.
And Focal Banger was the one that did bottle this time with all the, or at least a percentage of the proceeds going to the town of Cary to help it through the disaster since they didn't qualify for federal funding. So anyway, there was no Heady Topper. There was no Focal Banger. Hill
Farmstead.
Hill Farmstead. You have to go there.
I did not know. I thought they were big
Didn't
enough
either.
now that they could distribute.
But too late.
Yeah.
And what was the Trillium or Treehouse? The one you wanted me to go to in Massachusetts?
Treehouse I would prefer over
They're
Trillium,
open 3 days a week for 3 hours a day. It was impossible on our schedule. So
Treehouse,
another trip, gonna have to happen.
Treehouse makes Green and Julius are the two big ones that they're known for. Actually, if I'm correct in saying this, and I think I am, the #1 rated beer now on Beer Advocate is it's not Pliny the Younger anymore. It's actually a Imperial Stout from Treehouse.
Wow,
It's actually,
stout.
Now, granted, it doesn't have as many ratings or reviews, obviously, but no, I was really surprised by that.
Yeah. Okay, but what I did do is grab up anything. I did have a main beer too for a change. And
Which one was that? Was that lunch?
Lunch. I had lunch, and I was glad to get that on. My hands on that. The one I wanted was out, and he tapped that and gave me that. Said, "You gotta try it." Queechee, I think. Queechee, Vermont is where I was at when I had that. So whoever I'll have to look them up, but the pizza joint there, thanks a lot. So anyway, what I did do when we were out there was I picked up anything from Vermont that I could get my hands on easily, and just so we can taste that water.
Exactly.
So our first taste
is going to be from the Lost Nation Brewing Company out of Vermont, and it's going to be a Gose, which was a style around 30 years ago that was almost extinct, but has had a huge rejuvenation, I guess, from the American craft brewers. Basically what it is, it should be a light, tart drink, and it's brewed with coriander and sea salt.
Yeah, so I'm kind of
German style.
Looking to excited to see what this tastes like. So, hey, let's get to it and let's try out what Lost Nation has to offer. Let's do it. Vermont brewed, naturally carbonated, and something tart. Wow. It's already got a unique smell.
This is yet another canned beer, which canning is becoming
vogue.
Yes, very.
I need to get a little better backlighting here because that is pale.
Yeah, this is kind of what like a Pilsner color.
Reminds me of Mountain Dew.
And then the last pour, I switched in between the glasses there because that's where all your yeast is really going to be. So it's going to make it a little bit more cloudy, like you said. No head.
No
head. Very, very cloudy.
Yeah, definitely. You can see the swirls in it. I don't know if you guys can see that at all, but you can see it swirl in there.
It is the color of about a Pilsner, but not clear whatsoever. Like I said, no head really to speak of. Let's get
let's get a nose.
Yeah, it's not a lot. You do get up front at the very front of the nose. I get a little bite of the salt. After that, though, it's kind of a mix between the coriander and a funk, I guess you could say.
Yeah, but you can tell that it's going to be tart. Just
yeah,
by the smell.
Exactly. Yeah, which a Gose is supposed to be tart stylistically. So yeah, let's
do it. You can definitely tell the salt's in there.
Yeah.
Starts off with a real bitterness, but that salt just blends it out. You get a real saltiness on the sides, you know.
Which is surprising. The IBUs on this are only 8.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah. But like you said, at the front you do get a punch of the salt, but it also goes throughout the whole mouth and really sticks to the sides of the tongue. You do get a lot of the funky coriander type taste in the middle. Towards the back, though, it is tart. It's not as tart as I thought.
No, I thought it'd be a little tarter than that. But
I've had a lot more sour. Through. Yeah, and it really makes it dry at the back.
Yeah.
Which, normally beers that are higher in alcohol or hoppier tend to be the drier beers. But like I said, you have solid.
It smells dry.
Yeah.
I mean, when you smell it, you think dry. So
you don't really
and that's what it reminds me of, is a dry, fruity type of wine. When I smell it, I can tell it's going to be dry.
I say it's not super acidic, and you're really not getting a ton of malt. You do at the back, as the beer goes away, the aftertaste, you do get a little bit of the bready malt in there.
It basically tastes like it smells, though.
Yeah. Like I said, I've had a lot of sour beers. I haven't had too many Goses. Like your sour ones obviously be like American Wild Ales, also called sours, but on like Beer Advocate and stuff, that's what it's classified under. Berliner Weiss beers, which is just a wheat beer with specialty or a special kind of yeast that they use to make it more tart. Goses, things like that. Style-wise, Rate Beer gave this one an 81. For overall, they did give it an 88. I don't know how many Goses you've had, but stylistically, what are you going to
And that's what I was going to say. I think this is probably the second one I've had.
Okay.
And I'm going to say this is probably the best one I've had of the two. The other one I think was more tart, though.
The other one I think we had was from Destil. We didn't do a review on it. I think it was Here Goes Nothing.
Yeah, something like that.
And it was a lot more sour.
Yeah, and I think this is a more palatable, more enjoyable, something you could actually pair something with too, I think this is a good, enjoyable beer. So for the style, again, I don't have a lot of experience, but I'll go a solid 8 on it and hope to experiment more with the style. As far as the Gose goes, I think it's a good beer. I like the style.
The ABV is 4.5%. Like I said, it's not too tart. It is a little tart. Summer beer. This for me...
Summer.
For me, recreational activities outside throughout the summer, I could drink this beer.
Absolutely.
All day.
I think it'd be
yeah.
It's got the right amount of, the saltiness. It's like you chug a great Gatorade when you're sweating to death, and it kind of feels good, and then you've got the tartness to lift you up, refresh you. I think it'd be great.
Yeah, stylistically, I'll give it an 8 as well. It is a little less tart than I'd want.
Yeah.
I do like the balance. Like I said, at the end you do get that bready, kind of almost Pilsner-y taste malt. Not quite. But, yeah, the balance is good. It's semi-refreshing. Mm-hmm. Not too carbonated. So, yeah, like I said, the ABV is low enough. You could drink this all day. It's not going to pucker your mouth out.
No, definitely.
Overall,
I'm going to stick with an 8. I think it's an enjoyable beer. Again, I don't have enough of the style to back anything up, but it's something that I would drink frequently, but not, but it's a lightweight. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you got to be, it just depends on the mood. But I would say this would be a go-to for the style if I was in the mood.
Yeah.
And why the style almost died, I don't know. I think it's a good style. I'm glad people have brought that back.
Yeah. Overall, I'm going to give it a 7. It is a beer that you will drink a lot of just because the flavor's good, the ABV's low. However, it's not as tart as I want, which actually kind of plays into being able to drink it a lot. It's not a beer that I would necessarily go out of my way for. Again, I haven't had many of this style. I do like sour beers, but Goses typically are supposed to be more like this. So yeah, I'll give it a 7.
Okay. So there you have it. As far as the Gose goes,
yeah. Lost Nation Gose.
I like it.
Good.
And hopefully we'll get out east again soon. Okay, after winter.
Yeah. 2DG.
See ya.